Call this meeting, Ohio County Fiscal Court, to order on this 9th day of June, 2025 at 4 p.m. I'm going to ask Ann Melton to give our prayer and our pledge to the flag.
Our Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for this blessed day that you've given us, and help guide these elected officials as they watch over our county and make decisions for us, and watch our citizens and keep them safe. In your name we pray. Amen. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We're going to move the agenda around a little bit. We're going to put personnel first. And the order of business there is to hire Sonia Davis as a judge executive administrative assistant, effective 6/8/2025, at the rate of $19.04 per hour, level 2, and roll call.
Bullock,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Johnston,
Yes.
Biven,
Yes.
McKinney.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Here, this is back. Next thing is the minutes. Before you have the May 27th, 2025 minutes. Need a motion and a second to approve.
Make a motion to accept the
Motion by
minutes.
Jason,
Second.
second by Bo. Is there any discussion, corrections, or additions on the minutes? Discussion, corrections, or additions? Being none, all in favor say aye. Opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Next, you have the bills, claims, payments, and transfers. I need a motion and a second.
I'll make a motion that we pass bills, claims, payments, and transfers.
Motion by Michael,
Second.
second by Bo. Sorry, Jason, he
That's all right.
spoke.
I don't care.
He was a millisecond ahead of him. Is there any discussion on the bills, claims, payments, and transfer? Discussion or questions on the bills?
Bo, you're not seat.
All right, well,
Sit in Larry's seat.
all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion carried. Nick, you're excused if you want to be. The truck. Y'all just piled him.
Got your truck.
You need a boat. With the rain, you probably need a boat. Yeah.
Before you have the Treasurer's May 2025 financial statement. We just need to acknowledge we got it.
Motion we received.
Motion by Bo,
Second.
second by Michael. Any discussion or questions? Being none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Post like sign, motion carries. We need to renew the treasurer's bond.
So I was reading that one. Is that for you, Ann?
It's until June 30th.
So we're just doing it for a month?
Yeah, it has to go through court, so. it can be
So hers is
resolved.
already done, though.
It will be effective July 1.
Okay.
So hopefully
Okay.
by the next court meeting or the first one in July, we'll have that.
Okay, so I thought, why are we
We
renewing?
emailed them today, but.
Okay. I'll make a motion to
So if we
accept the renewal.
don't, then we don't have a treasurer for 30 days?
No, I'll go get it.
Motion by
Second.
Jason,
Second.
second by Dale. Since he hadn't got to second anything tonight.
I was kind of thought that was odd that we're doing it for just 30 days.
Well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It actually expired May 5th, so it's from May to the end of June.
You mean you could have run off with the county?
I guess.
You would have thought it would expired like at the end of a year.
It's when you're hard.
Okay. All right.
Okay. All right. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Post like sign. She's rebonded. Okay, you have the clerks. Bess is not here, but you have her financial report, which would just acknowledge we got.
I'll make a motion to acknowledge that we received clerk's financial report,
Jason?
May financial report.
Motion by Jason,
Second.
second by Bo. You got it? Any discussion? Being none, all in favor say aye. Opposed, like sign. Motion carried. Check authorization with Miranda's second signature, or the extra signature, third one, I guess, on the bank account, leaving. We want to go ahead to put Cassidy, she's down there closer to do it. We want to put Cassidy Stevens on the bank account to sign checks in the absence of treasurer.
And we're switching Candy to Candy.
This is
Umbrella.
effective
This
July
is
1.
July
Yeah,
1.
and
Yeah,
Candace too.
it says there on there.
Yeah, putting Candace and Cassidy on there.
I'll make the motion to accept the following names to be approved for check signatures.
Okay,
Effective
Jason
July
and
1.
Dale. All in, any discussion, I guess? None, all in favor say aye. Pose like sign, motion carried. Okay, the resolution there in Stanley Road, I was really hoping Eric would be here in case there was any questions. But we need to, sign the resolution for him to get the grant money.
The water line?
Yeah, it's already been done, but he's got to, turn everything in to get the reimbursement on it and all that.
I'll, you make the motion?
Motion to,
Yeah, I'll make the
authorize
motion.
me to sign.
Authorize it.
Have a second?
Second.
Yeah.
Second by Dale. Any discussion? Being none, all in favor say aye. Pose like sign.
And that grant paid for every bit of it?
No, you remember, we've already paid the whole part of it.
It was just like a little bit of section, I can't remember.
Yeah, no, with the bid went over and we paid on it.
That's right. I knew there was something I couldn't remember. Okay.
Okay. You're up next, Jason. Committee report, the admin code committee has met.
Judge,
I'm sorry.
are we gonna revisit closed session later?
Okay, you think, do we need one?
Yeah. I make a motion to go to closed session.
Okay, we'll come back to the committees then.
Second.
With regard to litigation.
Okay,
I'll second, or Michael second.
okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion to go back into open session.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Bo, second by Dale. Got it. All in favor?
Aye.
We're back in open session. And during closed session, we did not make any motions or do any official business. We discussed some possible litigation. But now we're gonna move on to committee reports. And as I was saying before, the admin code committee has met, and Jason has a motion from that.
The admin committee just kind of got together. We talked about a social media policy, and we got one. I think I emailed it to you guys this morning to look at. And the reason we're kind of, you can make changes to an administrative code throughout the year if the judge does it. But in the month of June, correct me if I'm wrong, magistrates we can make changes to the administrative code
That's
without
correct.
the judge. So I make a motion that we accept the first reading of ordinance 2025-5 social media policy for Ohio County to add to the administrative code.
Second.
Motion by Jason, second by Bo. Any discussion or questions, anybody? Think now do a roll call.
Bullock,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Johnston,
Yes.
Biven,
Yes.
McKinney.
Yes.
I have one more thing too.
Okay.
This is,
Go
we
ahead.
used to have the side-by-side street legal, committee. Well, it kind of fell by the wayside, but the state has passed some new legislative laws about side by sides and stuff like that. And we might revisit that. I've had some people talk to me about it here lately. But there's a training, Keiko's doing a 1-hour training on July 9th. It's a virtual training. I'm going to get on and look at that and kind of go over and see what the state's proposed and what they're looking into. So if you guys are any thoughts about side by sides or anything making them street legal and the county roads, you might want to look at joining that meeting too. It's an hour long. It's like 1 to 2, and see what the state, what they passed and how it affects us. And you know, a lot of times we just kind of will accept the state policy and we'll see what they say. Justin, you know anything about that or?
Well, as far as that statute that passed, I believe that the court will have some choices if it decides to pass anything. You could take a position that within all roads within the county are eligible. You can take a position that only roads at this speed are eligible, or within the district you can pick certain roads. So you have a few choices. So when you watch on July 9th, this court, if it entertains that motion, it can take kind of different paths after it.
I just think we've had several people approach us, and I've been seeing it online and stuff like that. So we might look into it and see what the state did and just see if we want to revisit that again. So if you're not doing anything July 9th, they have that 1-hour Keiko session.
So they required to have insurance and tags on them if they do?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can kind of set, age limit, what roads, insurance, stuff like that. So similar to a motorcycle, I'm sure, it's kind of, but yeah, we want to have regulations if we're going to do something like this, yeah. That's all I have for committees.
Has any other committees met? Any of you, and on any other committees met? Dustin, any of your committees met?
No. Just for clarity, the social media policy was for employees, correct?
Yes.
For the whole county. No,
I understand that way.
anything they say that we don't like, we can take down.
But I just wanted to.
No, it's
No,
not
hey.
important.
For the audience.
We was actually after yours in particular.
Trust me, anything, you'd be doing me a favor.
Yeah, I'm kidding. So if no other committees have met, then we're ready for the magistrates.
And one more thing for Dustin, mainly what a lot of this is, that the social media, it's through Keiko, we just did theirs, but a lot is, if we have an employee leaves, we're gonna make the county an administrator to the pages, Facebook pages and websites, and that way, if they leave, we don't have to start a new Facebook page if they don't give us we have, and we'll make them users to it, basically, so we never lose our website pages, or we can take something off and on if we need to real quick,
It's a good move.
so.
Good deal. So, Jason, you're up again. It's magistrates' comments and requests. Actually, you're not. Michael is. I'm sorry. I forgot you, Michael. You're so small
That's
down there.
okay. I don't have anything at this time, thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to remind people that the FEMA people are still set up here at the office, the midweek this week sometime, I don't know exactly what day. And my understanding that of the 110 homes, we've had a little over 60, between 60 and 70 people come and do paperwork, so if you haven't done your paperwork, you've got a little bit this week. And I know some people have done it online, but just reminding people, if you've not done your FEMA paperwork, you need to come up here and do it.
Yeah.
Also, the digester ordinance, I didn't say, I think, are you meeting with Jason sometime this week about that?
Jason contacted me, or we may have discussed meeting this week,
Okay.
either Friday or Saturday. I just know one of those days I caught up with him, and we're gonna try to meet this week.
Okay. That's all I have.
And he's got copy of a couple other, counties, what they
Kind
have.
of what we're wanting to do, and I guess he told you, is like, I saw one, I don't know if it's Hardin County or whatever county it was, but they have like a nuisance ordinance, and then they would address each thing underneath it instead of having all these different ordinances. And I don't, maybe that's more trouble than it's worth, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if he'd indicated he may bring some.
I told him I'd look up, try to find that one, but it's just kind of like, you have all these subsections with these different,
Okay.
so.
Okay. Bo, I'm going in district order again now.
Yeah, no comments this time.
Dale?
Are they mowing yet?
Yes, have mowed a pretty good section. They've had 3 mowers going for a month almost.
What district are they in?
Well, I mean, apparently not yours
Not
yet.
yours, yeah.
No, actually, they have
Oh,
got a
there's
little.
one,
Yours
Is
is
there one up
pretty
there?
big.
today, yeah.
Yeah, I think they have been.
I was just wondering, I've ride a motorcycle and,
Yeah.
you know, it's about time to have a little baby deer running around. I just
Yeah,
seen
I
mine run
understand.
over one.
No, they're actually making pretty good headway on it. Have 3 seasonals, and that's all they do, and they're mowing.
Mow.
2
And
on
we've
the
had-
main road today.
And had pretty good looking with the equipment so far, so. The goal is to get over it 3 times, every one of them, but if we get over 2 of them, it'd be pretty good.
Good.
Last year, we got over it twice.
That's all I have.
Okay. Let me see. Justin?
Oh,
you have
no,
any-
thank you, Judge.
Okay, then.
How about
I-
Mike? Mike went first. Michael.
I asked him.
Yeah.
I asked him. I acted like I was gonna miss him, but he was hiding behind Jason. I couldn't see him. So is anybody in the, of the public got any comments for the good of the body?
Judge, I had 2 questions. One is just in general about the biodigester ordinance that you're looking at. And this is a speculative question. If the solar ordinance and MOU become invalidated for any reason, is it the court's intent or thought that the biodigester ordinance would perhaps dictate any future solar ordinances or solar questions, concerns? Would it fall under that? or-
It wouldn't be the same one, I wouldn't think.
Didn't we?
Kind of one of the digester, reason I, customer from, it's like a smell, chicken farm, anything like that, that's kind of what it falls on. There is a, you know, a certain amount of feet that has to be away. Now, I don't know, I don't know, but that's kind of what that one is. It's more of a smell, you know, kind of it's gotta be so far away.
That would be like a comprehensive ordinance that would kind of govern all things that might be noxious or unpleasant, including solar.
I believe that was one of the
Well, we talked about a
alternatives
nuisance
discussed
ordinance. We're
by
kind of looking into it, how we kind of, that's something, I don't know, it's new, but that's kind of what we were looking at calling as a nuisance ordinance, and it addressed these things that caused, and, you know, instead of having a setback for all these different things, a certain, here, this one and this one, kind of have one that sets back for all of them.
So the answer is, we don't know.
I hadn't thought about the solar yet, I'll be honest with you on that one. No, it was more about the smell thing, but it is a nuisance, and maybe that's something we could look into, but it's more of the smell right now.
And the second comment is just a comment I have. We noticed that in the minutes that were posted, I'm not sure what was actually approved, that there were no citizen comments reflected in those minutes from the last meeting. And Judge, I think my husband had a conversation with you about that, and you said, there certainly were comments at that meeting.
Yeah, well,
And I think
usually,
you said, I think you told him that, that you don't include citizen comments.
we don't, anything not under a motion, usually. There'd be a motion on the floor for it to reflect in the minutes,
No,
even if
not-
it failed.
It's not it doesn't have to do with the motion, it's just comments from. the
I know,
floor.
but normally they are not included in the minutes.
Well, we're confused because it's not unusual to have comments from the floor. If you look back at previous minutes from previous meetings the entire year, there's plenty of comments that are reflected. So I weren't his comments, I believe there was a gentleman here regarding the New Amos Road at the last meeting, and neither of those comments are reflected in the minutes.
I'll double check into that. I'll go back to the recording and double check and look at it.
I mean, this is a public meeting, so I would think you would want a complete and true and accurate representation of what's presented.
If that's the case, I can go back and edit them. That's no problem, and we can reapprove them at the next meeting.
I just wanted to make sure we understood the judge's comments.
Yeah, like I said, we don't get all of them because, basically, it's not official action of the court till the motion is made.
I don't understand what you're saying, Judge, sorry, I don't understand your comment.
Okay, we have discussion on things, but we don't record them usually till after a motion is made.
Well, it's not about a motion, there was a comment
Yeah.
to the court, typical of other comments that have been made throughout the year. I'm not trying to be ugly, I'm just asking why his comment, and you had an extensive amount of comments to his question. None of that was reflected in the minutes.
Well, let me say that, because we'll have a first and a second sometimes, and you'll do a second for comments or magistrates, and we'll discuss something, and then we'll go ahead. Usually, we don't put that in there either. We'll put am I right? We just put the motion
Yeah.
in there, but we don't do our comments. Now, maybe we should say on there that there was,
I think she's talking about the very end.
I know what you're saying, but I'm saying there's comments. You might just state in there that
Yeah.
this was briefly mentioned, this was briefly, and that, that'll.
Typical what's in the
Mhm.
minutes, so I was confused as to why that wasn't reflected.
I'll look into it.
Of course, it is recorded,
Yeah.
Yes,
so it will be recorded. It's all recordings, yeah.
okay, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Does anyone else got anything for the good of the body? If not, we'll call this meeting, well, one other little thing. Next meeting, we need to go ahead with a bid opening. You haven't been through that yet. We'll get you started. We'll meet, a meeting will be at 5. We'll come in at 4 to open the bids. So
What's considered, so if I'm gone and Larry doesn't make it back,
4,
no, I'm saying, so you'll have enough if Larry and I aren't
Yes,
here?
yes.
That's what I'm making
as
sure.
long as nobody else
Okay.
missed, yeah.
Harry said he might be back tomorrow.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know, well, I hate it, but we always travel during what they call dead period at school because your kids can't play any kind of sports, and we're gonna be gone during a dead period, which the next meeting
Are
falls
you
on
gonna
that.
go on Monday?
Well, but I asked about having a meeting Monday, but Miranda said they advertised for bids to be there on Tuesday. So I didn't realize
Yeah,
that.
matter of
so-
fact, at 4, so that we can,
Mhm.
or 3, which is it? 4. At 4, so we can review them
Okay.
and go through them, and then each one of you'll take the bids we're gonna do, and you'll be the one that makes the motions for accepting the bid of each one. We start with one of you and keep going till everybody has some to work with when we come out of the committee meeting. Okay, well, we're adjourned till the next meeting.
Yeah, all of them.